Ramblers! Welcome into the Reaper Den. I'm Kang of the Red Pill Fight Club. What do we got lined up for you today? Holy shit and she. FBI Director Dan Bongino still taking heat over some pretty bad takes on the Epstein and Crooks cases. Plus more, the exosphere is harshly divided. We'll get into that. Nashville mayor doxes ICE agents, but it's totally a mistake, they squeak. Yeah, Harry Sisson caught on hidden camera confessing to his pants Pelosi's corruption. Oh, someone got lured. Harvard trafficking in body parts. That's correct. And pro-Hamas protesters cost poor Chucky, I put cheese on raw burgers, Schumer at his own book signing. This and more today on Red Pill Fight.
Making history twist. Grip on the future with a mailed fist. Chaos booms, never looking back.
Boom, everybody. Smash that thumbs up, hit that comment, and hit the like and the share, everybody. Make sure you pew all the buttons and all the thangs. Good to see everybody in the Chiz chat. Let me go ahead and address the Chizzy chat. We got Mini Ball hanging out with Newton to chat. Appreciate that. Darmac coming over with the raid. AP, of course, Aaron Prager raiding us today. We got a lot of spice and flavor. Flavor and spice to talk about today. What the hell's been going on? Oh, right here, breaking pro-Palestinian, I say pro-Hamas, pro-terrorism, protesters are crashing Chuck Schumer's book signing event in Manhattan.
You know, on the
it
left.
Couldn't happen to a more deserving turd. A more, let's put cheese on raw burgers to pretend we're not a lizard people. Schumer, here we go.
Today we see real anti-Semitism. Real anti-Semitism. The Jewish deli has a rock thrown through it because it's...
Chuck Schumer! You care more about a fake anti-Semitism crisis than the real Holocaust to the Palestinian people! Come on. There's a real Holocaust happening in Gaza! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Palestine. You know, so look, this guy's got a right to come and protest. You know, he's got a right to come and scream. He's got a right to scream when he wants to scream, albeit maybe wrong. And the fact he's like, it's a real Holocaust, so suggesting perhaps something else that he thinks didn't happen. I'm like, you guys are on the cusp. You're on the edge of full 1488 spurging. I'm just saying. If you're new to the Red Pill Fight Club, don't forget to hit that follow button, hit the thumbs up, and hit that repost. And on top of all of that, don't forget to leave an unhinged comment. The more unhinged, the better, because Kang never shies away from controversy. See, the one thing Kang will always remain is morally consistent. Even if it costs me everything, I'll not have my consistency and my integrity denied. So I will look at Chuck Schumer and feel empathy for a human being who's actually over there trying to make his money. But at the same time, Chuck, you do deserve some of this pushback. And you're right. We are seeing the rise of actual real anti-Semitism coming out. Not somebody criticizing, oh my God, that guy did something bad. You know, he's a Jew. So you're an anti-Semite. It's like, well, yeah. When the guy said, so, it's because he's clearly criticizing that guy, not for being a Jew, but because he did something bad. That was the fake anti-Semitism we've been exposed to, the ADL and the Southern Poverty Law Center. Like, everything is anti-Jewish if you just mention anything at all and the person happens to be a Jew. I'm like, no. Doesn't work that way. It only works if someone says, you're doing that because you're a Jew. Then that person starts to spew anti-Semitic crap. It's like saying, hey, you're only doing that because you're white. I'm like, hey, I don't like racism. Any flavor of bigotry. I'm like, yeah, sorry, it's a shortcut to thinking. And when you're, in your little groups on your social medias and you're dropping sea guile posts and you're using slurs against the Jewish people and you think that no one's paying attention, Kang is. I can smell it. So I tell people, look, always think with your principles first. And when you're principled, you can criticize anyone. Chuck Schumer, Ben Shapiro, Dan Bongino, anybody, Jew or not, and not have to be caught up in the anti-Semitism bullshit. But when you start posting shit like, the Holocaust didn't happen in 1488, Hitler was a good, then you're actually a kind of person that tells me that you're not a person that thinks. You fall into the woke right. I've been talking about the woke right for the past 2 years. I've had the woke right chasing after me all over the internet for noticing the noticings. I know, I've been exposed to it. So fuck their anti-Semitic, fuck your fake anti-Semitic claims, and then fuck you people ignoring real anti-Semitism. I mean, it's like, what the fuck? You can't get it coming or going. Just be consistent. All I'm asking you to do. So, Chuck Schumer, hey, dude, you didn't deserve this, but at the same time, you know, well, you're a dirtbag, Chuck, either way. The elite getting eaten by the own monsters that they've created. Their Frankenstein monster has come back to bite them in the ass. Frederick Frankenstein. Like Igor. Oh, shit. Yeah. So we got here from ALX over here. It says FBI Director Dan Bongino, talk about remaining morally consistent. Yeah, and you got to reap what you sow type shit. So that's exactly right. That's exactly right, Aaron. That's exactly right. He's reaping what he sows. So a little 1 minute clip here, and I'm going to comment on it.
Those two cases obviously are of significant public interest. I'm just telling you what we see in the file.
He was talking about Crooks and Epstein. Crooks, the kid that tried to blow Trump's head off, killed Corey Campatore, and shot 2 other people in the crowd before he was shot after 3 hours of him skulking around Butler, Pennsylvania's rally site, flying drones with rangefinders and all kinds of shit. After 3 hours of people pointing and saying there's a guy up there, then they find, yeah, okay, I'll shut up. So he's talking about Crooks and he's talking about Epstein, even though Steven Crowder proved that Epstein couldn't have killed himself, by the way. I played that video in a previous show.
I just want to be crystal clear on this. I am not asking anyone to believe me. I'm telling you what's there and what isn't.
Right.
There is nothing in the file at this point on the Epstein case, and there's going to be a disclosure on this coming shortly. We are working through there is video. That is something the public does not.
There's video of him killing himself.
No, not the actual act, but
Remember, after 6 years of saying there was no video because the cameras had failed. After 6 years of saying, oh no, the security guards, that were supposed to be there, they were away. Some claims they were off having sex in a broom closet. Some say they were in the cafeteria buying stuff on Amazon from the money that was just wired to them to walk away. Some say they were sleeping. Some say they're off doing drugs. There's all these different narratives. What we do know is that the security guards were not there. The guards that were there to specifically watch people like Epstein weren't there, and the cameras were either turned off or malfunctioning, according to the official narrative. Now he's saying that there is video. I'm supposed to believe that video? Like, you've had 6 years to concoct some bullshit, fake AI bullshit. Remember, he said specifically it doesn't show Epstein killing himself. It just shows that no one went in and out of the cell, which proves nothing. He's pissing on your leg and telling you that it should be raining, everybody.
The entire MCC Bay, it was only one camera. There's video that when you look at the video, and we will release, that's what's taken a while on this, we are working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced, and we're going to give the original so you don't think there were any shenanigans. You're going to see there's no one there but him.
Right.
There's just nobody there. So I say to people all the time, if you have a tip, let us know. But there's no DNA, there's no audio, there's no fingerprints, there's no suspects, there's no accomplices, there's no tips, there is nothing. If you have it, I'm happy to see it. There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see.
So, as I said, as if you've had 6 years to concoct some bullshit video to say that, oh, no one came in and came out. Steven Crowder, I played this on a previous show, actually demonstrated the method in which they claim they found Epstein had killed himself, and they demonstrated it was impossible by physics to do. So they're trying to tell me that somehow the physics of the universe stops working at Epstein's cell. They had to have someone grab a hold of Steven's legs in the end and pull on them wheelbarrow style to apply enough pressure to his neck to say that we could have possibly broken the hyoid. They're looking for 55 pounds of pressure to break the hyoid. It's bullshit. It's nonsense. And people don't want to accept it. Look, I'm a fan of Dan. I've been watching him for a long time. But does that mean because I have a fandom for this guy that I'm a fanboy? Does it mean that all of a sudden I have to act like a sycophantic lunatic, screaming nonsense and calling people names all over the internet if they don't believe what he's saying if they think that somehow he has compromat on him? They do already have compromat. Fuck, I went to Grok. You can too. It actually asked Grok, hey, did Dan Gino resign from the Secret Service in 2011 because his brother was caught up in a prostitution sting run out of Colombia? Yes! It'll come back. Yes, it's true. There's even a photo of Dan with the actual Colombian madam that was part of the ring. That compromat existed then to get him off of Obama's Secret Service team back in 2011. That compromat still exists. And you're telling me that, oh, well, it can't possibly, Grok. It's the AI that they have on X. Yeah, it's the AI. So just go to Grok and just type it in. Someone had already posted an article with detailing all of it. I said, is this true? And Grok verified it was true, with several news articles from back in the day that proved it was true. If they have that compromat from him and on his brother was arrested in a prostitution sting back in 2011. That's why he had to resign. If that compromat exists, it leads me to believe that other things could exist too. Maybe it's just that compromat that they keep tapping and saying, remember this, Sarah, Dan. So like I say, stop placing your faith in human beings and expecting them to be superheroes. Trump has failed us in the past. So will Dan. So will Cash. Place your faith in God. You place your faith in material things and humans or butterfly wings, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Stop the hero worship. People are going to get into the swamp, and some of them are going to get really dirty. Some of them are going to get taken over. I'm not saying that's happening to Dan. I'm saying that it already did happen to him once. And he couldn't have walked into something worse. The evil that is running our government has got 6 ways of Sundays to get towards you. Even Chuck Schumer knew that. Oh, so the mayor, Freddie O'Connell's office, they proper doxed, ICE agents. Here we go. Here we go. DHS agents claimed that it was a mistake.
It looks like Mayor O'Connell was involved in some sort of obstruction or the harbor.
See how deep the rot goes? This mayor, he's not an FBI guy. This mayor decided to drop the names of the ICE agents that are going to be working in the area so that people would have a heads up. Yeah, I'm just doing a 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. I'm remaining morally and logically consistent. I'm standing on principle, and I got people already supposedly in my circle coming at me and calling me names because of it. Instead of reasonably and talking to me and say, hey, what is it? What are you looking at? Let me take a look at the compromat. Oh shit, I didn't know this. Okay, well, let's discuss this further. No, it's just like, you're an asshole. I hate your face. It's so sad. It's so pathetic. Stop being sycophants for people like this. Start paying attention. The rot goes well beyond the FBI. Look at this mayor dropping the information on these agents. Dropping the information on these agents, so hopefully that the criminal gangs would probably have a heads up, or worse.
Of criminal illegal aliens in the great city of Nashville, but also just last night, his office put out the names of Homeland Security investigators and doxed our ICE enforcement officers. They claimed it was a mistake. There's zero chance it was a mistake, and there will be repercussions.
And yeah, repercussions should be arrest. When you knowingly, it's like when with people, like I said, I've had people, come after. Yeah, I went to Dan because I said, despite Dan having this problem with having the Epstein and crooks, didn't do nothings, that whole narrative, he's coming out and he's shitting all over his credibility doing that. I still think he can still fundamentally do the job. That's why I tagged him recently and said, hey, by the way, here's a group of people. Here's their names, where you can find them, and what they did towards people that are very close to you in your personal life, Dan. I let him know about a plot against 2 of his friends, mutual friends of ours, to do physical harm to them by a group of actual Nazis. Yeah. And he thought that was, hopefully he'll take that seriously. That really happened. I brought receipts. See, the difference is that when Kang makes a claim, he's telling you the truth. So we got this bullshit here. This woman actually saying, oh my God, they're going to be repercussions. Good. Arrest his ass, strip him of his mayorship, trot him out in front of everybody, and send his ass to federal penitentiary. How about that? Now, if you didn't think the rot didn't continue going, even the little cuck boys like Hogg, David Hogg, whose only claim to fame was outrunning. His only claim to fame was outrunning all the other kids at the Parkland shooting. He ran faster than the other kids. He didn't jump in front of some kid and stop the bullets. He didn't Neo his way. He didn't kung fu fight the shooter. He just simply ran faster than the other kids. But here he is, after being ousted by the Democrats. They put him in because they wanted to have a fresh face and then determine, oh, he was a white male who was straight, so allegedly straight. So we got to get rid of him and put some black, lesbian, trans, non-binary, basically that big behemoth, the tank division of the Democrat Party we just saw recently was like, Mooka Pooka Faka Luki Paki. I love frat boys, Maka Faka Luki. I talk to the men, Baka Baka. And they booted him out and put that bitch in place. And here he is now spilling the beans on what he knows about the, time stock trades and Nancy Pelosi. He knows how corrupt she is. Here he is caught on tape. Again, O'Keefe Media, is still doing a good job. It looks like Project Veritas is trying to continue it. Project Veritas went undercover and got video of David Hogg. Here we go.
I would say Pelosi's actually very good at her job. I don't agree with the stock trading stuff. I mean, she gets better returns than almost every hedge fund in this city every year. Some of these members of Congress make trades that are like way too well timed to not have like insider knowledge. They happen to be some of the best financial analysts in human history.
Have you spoken against that?
I've talked to them in the past, but it's also like, I know that if I pick that fight, it's going to be harder for us to get gun control passed, so I pick my battle.
I'll ignore all this corruption as long as I can get what I want, as long as my talking points can go through. It's just a little crazy. It's just a little crazy. It's just a little bizarre. Just a little confusions here, everybody. No, I'm not confused at all. This isn't bizarre at all. This is precisely the way that these people operate. So here he is going about Nancy Piss Pants Pelosi and her well-timed stock trades. Now she has the greatest returns in all the hedge funds. And she's, he's willing to accept this corruption so he could pass his gun control nonsense. He's willing to allow evil to continue perpetuating itself so he can conduct more evil upon you. He's okay with ignoring Nancy Pelosi brand evil so he can put his own brand of evil on you. Pay attention, folks. The rot goes farther out than you think it does.
The hardest part about my job is I just want to burn everything down because it's also corrupt. But
the hardest part of my job is I want to burn everything down because it's also corrupt. He knows it's corrupt. Well, then do it. Do it. The Joker said in The Dark Knight, he goes, he had that big pyramid of money and had the Chinese guy on top and he was lighting it on fire. And he goes, I'm only burning my half. I'm a man of simple tastes. Gunpowder, dynamite, gasoline, they all have one thing in common. They're cheap. That's the person that wants to burn everything down. David Hogg claims he wants to burn everything down. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
But you got to pick your battles and slowly build your momentum.
Joining us now, DNC Vice Chair David Hogg.
Yeah, Former vice chair, I believe they outed him for a non-binary BIPOC of, I don't know, some sort of disability, blind airline pilot. I don't know. I don't know. Harvard is trafficking in body parts. So if you didn't think that the corruption went far enough, it's even in your schools. Remember, they now said they're not going to give them any more federal money or foreign exchange students and all the other shit. They're not going to get none of that no more. So Harvard's like, we're victims. Fuck white people. America. Fuck you, Trump. Fuck America. So they've been screaming that for a while. Well, they just got rumored. It turns out former Harvard Medical School morgue manager just pleaded guilty to stealing and selling organs, brains, and skin on the black market. Oh, imagine that. This is the elite Ivy League institution that churns out CCCP, the Chinese Communist Party spies, BLM radicals, and pro-Hamas jihadis, while receiving billions and billions of dollars in taxpayer funds each year. And they're mad that Donald Trump wants them to ban enrolling foreign students and defunding them. Here we go, Laura Loomer.
I am so sick and tired of watching all these BLM rallies on Harvard's campus and their Palestinian encampments and seeing story after story about CCP spies. And we're going to show you these stories tonight because there's a lot of people that are saying things like, oh, I think President Trump is taking it too far. He doesn't need to bar Harvard from enrolling foreign students. He absolutely does. And we're going to show you here tonight all the many examples of foreign Harvard students being caught in inspirings for the Chinese Communist Party or participating in acts of Islamic terrorism. Just this weekend, there was a story in the news that went pretty viral. The morgue operator from Harvard got caught trafficking body parts on the black market. They were literally taking body parts out of the morgue at Harvard and they were selling it. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is supposed to be the cream of the crop, the most elite institution in our country, and they're trafficking organs.
Yeah, you heard it here. You heard it here. Laura Limmer's got an entire article. She actually is presenting to us from ABC News. Yeah, ABC says here, former Harvard morgue manager pleads guilty to trafficking. Yeah, they eventually fired him. But he was selling the body parts while he was managing the Harvard morgue. They write it to make it sound as if he was not there anymore while selling the parts. No, he got busted doing this while he was the morgue manager at Harvard. Then they fired him because of the embarrassment, probably because he didn't have enough kickbacks going to whoever else was in on the scam. It's just when you think the world has gotten gross enough for you, you don't know how gross it can be. Just when you thought the world got deceptive enough and the rot went deep enough, you don't know how deep the rot goes. Don't know how. Oh my God. So Laura Loomer doing the Loomer thing. She just Loomered Harvard. Man, we are just going through right away. We're in a steady clip today. Speaking of poor behaviors at school, this is a graduation, and this girl is going to snatch the microphone away from the woman that's the MC and trying to manage this outdoor event, and here she is. There's no fucking decorum. You got Harvard morgue managers selling body parts on the black market, finally getting busted and fired for it, and then I guess going to go to jail for it. And then we got people like this at their graduations acting with lots of stank. This is what happens when you have no decorum, and the standards of our society have fallen so much. And then you wonder why people fall into echo chambers where they're only, I don't want to hear nothing that contradicts my worldview. Stop it, you're hurting my feelings. I'm presenting facts, reason, and evidence to you to prove that maybe your narrative is wrong. Here's the information that should give you at least some pause. Maybe you should think a little bit more for yourself instead of going, Ree, you fucking pathetic fucks, Ree, you're all a bunch of Veruca salts, Ree. Instead of actually saying, no, that is something to be concerned about. Let's all discuss it. Let's have a conversation. The woke right is a real thing. Remember, 67% of the people you know are dumb as fuck and don't have inner thoughts. And then know that 50% of them are dumber than you think.
Okay.
So, just snatching the microphone away from this woman who's conducting this because she wanted more time to talk. So let's watch this. This is how far our standards have fallen. You can't even go to Harvard and have a graduation without shit like this happening.
Okay. Let's go. You didn't let me get my moment, so I want to say my name is Khadijata Diallo, and I'm graduating today. I don't like how you snatched the mic out of my hand, so today is going to be all about me.
Oh, drops the mic. Congratulations!
You don't see the negative. You don't see the nasty though. Oh, drops the mic. Ha ha ha! Congratulations. No, this should be like, this is shameful fucking behavior. This is why so many countries despise the United States, because they hate people like this. They see all Americans as this stank ass girl.
And I'm graduating today. I don't like how you snatched the mic out of my hand, so today is going to be all about me.
Oh, drops the mic.
They hate people like this. They see all Americans as this. Because this is the culture that we emanate, we perpetuate. And we should be ashamed collectively of this behavior. We should be pissed off. Collectively pissed off. But the reality is, oh my God. We all are responsible for this behavior. Mitty says, I like listening to Kang. He's a sound effects like He has sound effects like I do. He uses sound effects like I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, they should simply withhold her diploma and say, because you acted all stank, because you were like, my name is Shaquetta Isha Khalifa Hanifa Jackson, and you don't understand. I'm going to do whatever I want to do because I have feelings, and today it's all about me. I'm a narcissistic asshole who don't respect no one else but me. Fuck her. This is what's wrong with our society. We're allowing this type of behavior to go completely unchecked, unpunished, no accountability. And then you wonder why people just pull out their cell phones and record shit and don't get involved. You wonder why we're falling into nihilism and atomization and alienation, why people just sit there and watch as women are raped on the subway platform and just record it, where they watch people just being pushed in front of subways, where they watch people acting like this at graduations, where they watch cities being looted and burned because George Floyd, my overdosed while screaming for the prostitute named Mama that was in the back seat of the car with him. The evil white supreme cops were supposed to be evil white and supreme, wanted to kill a black guy. They had an opportunity to kill 3 people with George Floyd's, but they didn't kill the drug dealer that was in the car with him. And they didn't kill the prostitute named Mama that was in the car with him. No, they just wanted to kill the big boy, right? Just a little weird. Like I said, they just stood around with their cell phones and recorded, and then added the stink. And after that, they burned down the city, and they threw a cop in jail for premeditated racial murder instead of negligent homicide for letting this guy overdose and die on the street, which is what they really did. So it's just a little weird. By the way, I got a lot more information about George Floyd too, if you guys ever want to check. Talk to me privately. I got more. I talked about it on the stream before. But Kang remains morally consistent. I call this bad behavior out. I don't give a fuck what the colors are involved. I say that everyone here should be ashamed of their behavior and allowing this girl to get away with what she got away with here. This is just as shameful as this crap here, all this crap talking. They're like, look at us. This, oh my God, the Republicans' biggest nightmare. Mukakapuki, fucka-looky wucky. How will we ever recover from this? Watch out.
As the saying goes, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
We know that. You're eating everybody. We clearly see that, that movie, Alive, clearly you ate everybody. That's what happened. They're like, hey, wasn't there 35 other survivors, you said? Water. Yum, yum. She's over there making BLT sandwiches from people's ass cheeks in the Alps, like that soccer team had to do. Because, well, I'm sorry. We're going to make fun of her and make fun of her in every possible way. Here she is like, maka faka wookie chaka lucky trumpy wookie. I'm like, okay, I'm not afraid. I am not afraid of her. Not afraid of her. Yeah. And yeah, many balls saying, the black kid, Carmelo Anthony, that stabbed the white boy. Austin Metcalf to death at the track meet. He still got his diploma when he shouldn't have. He should have been in prison. But now they upgraded his charges to first-degree murder, and they're going to be doing that as an adult. They're charging him as an adult, by the way. Yeah. So here she is with Nancy Piss Pants Pelosi. Nancy insider training. Nancy drinking the hand sanitizer Pelosi. And she's also got a photograph with Jasmine Crotchich. She looks like you could take 3 Jasmine Crotchiches and make one of her. It's weird. She's a tall girl. Girl, you got to lose some weight. Let's just put it that way. And of course, someone else thinking like Kang, like Kang does. They got here. Saving the Democrat Party. You look like a stack of waka fucky with panther poodoo. Solo. She's got Han Solo frozen in carbonite on the wall in her apartment. I fucking shit you not. Totally checks out. The faces of the Democrat Party. Here's more Democrat Party faces for you guys. Oh my God. This is the faces of the Democrat Party. I want you to hate Trump like I hate Trump. You really need to hate Trump because I'm a beautiful women's. This looks just like a girl I know. Some bitch I know. Peanut butter, chunky or smooth. Let's just put it that way. Oh, and there's her boyfriend. Wow. Holy shit. Holy crap. Yeah. Oh, it's just not good. This is the new leadership of the Democrat Party. They're bringing in the real diverse cast of characters. I mean, what the hell is that? It's like a 9 head. It doesn't have a 4 head. It has a 9 head. The fuck's going on here? I'm a really ugly guy that can't seem to get any women, so obviously I must be a whammons. That's a little bizarre. That's bizarre thinking. How do you go from I'm ugly and lonely and pathetic and I can't get women's? It's almost like what? What? You become you can't beat them, so you might as well join them situation. The fuck is that? Oh my god. Oh, interesting, mini ball. You said woof. Interesting. Oh my god. Where did that come up recently? So VP Vance, the Elon era isn't over. He'll remain an advisor. So here's JD Vance having a conversation with Newsmax. Here we go.
I think what he's done is really incredible. People sort of forget that when he came into the U.S. government, we had never had a full-scale effort to actually look at, are we spending the American people's dollars wisely? And he found in a very short period of time over $170 billion of waste, fraud, and abuse. I think there's also an...
Which of course was, no one wanted to ratify that. No one wanted to codify getting rid of the things that actually caused that. So it's a huge waste of fucking time, wasn't it? Huge waste of fucking time. Now you know why he said he's not going to be giving to any more fucking political candidates in the future, because even when he does, and then after that he gets a special position and he finds all this grift, grabs, and corruption, you assholes in the fucking Democrat Party, you assholes in the fucking Republican Party, the speed bumplicants, do nothing and say, oh, we're not going to cut. I know you found it. We're not going to change anything. Really? Caps Log is in the chat. Good to see you. Good to see you, Caps. We appreciate you coming in. So we'll let him go on about, yeah, okay, we get it. He's going to remain an important advisor. But what's the point? You won't let him, you won't let him actually finish the job.
effort by the media to sort of say the Elon era is over. And I think that's actually totally wrong. Now, he has obviously a day job, and he's got to go back to his day job to run his companies. But the Doge effort will continue. Elon will continue.
Hey, day jobs are for suckers. Hey, someone's got to clean those poodle buttholes. Get out there and earn that money. Keep my fucking welfare check coming.
To be an important advisor for both me and the president, and most importantly, the job of making the government more efficient, of not wasting people's money, that has to continue. I think it's one of the most important mandates that we got from the American people. We're going to keep on executing on that mandate.
But have you? Because according to what we all saw, they decided not to codify any of the changes that Doge made. Sorry to be a Debbie Downer on fucking Friday, but geez, it's the facts. Remain morally consistent. Call them out. Keep putting pressure. Do the right thing. From Bongino to Elon to Vance to Trump to Kash Patel to everybody. If I will blast Chuck Schumer for being an anti-American cuck, then I need to be morally consistent and even hold my side even more accountable. I need to hold the feet of those that are on my team even closer to the fire and for longer, because we're supposed to be the side with integrity and reason and logic and evidence and facts. It's kind of hard to remain that if you're going to sit there and go, well, I like him, so I believe what he says. And even if I don't understand it and how it can make any sense, but, you know, he's contradicting himself. When you get all this stuff going on, the sycophancy we see happening over Dan Bongino right now is fucking epic. And it's emblematic of this isolation and alienation and this tribalism that people are very tribal. They are hungry for tribalism. They get tribal over, sports. They get tribal over politics. They get tribal over, media. Things like, well, I love Star Wars versus, liking, Star Trek versus Harry Potter versus Lord of the Rings. There's tribalism when it comes to that too. Lord of the Rings is clearly superior. Obviously, it's superior. Harry Potter sucks. And like I said, people will fight me over it. They'll get all upset over it. People are tribal by nature. Allow them to be that. But know what you're dealing with. Just remember that 67% of people don't have an inner monologue. 67% of people also will kill you themselves if the government says okay to do so. Most people are just that savage. We have to understand that. They're very unreliable. Just like I said, never take my word for anything. You look into everything that I say. See, I recently had an exchange on Twitter with somebody, and you accused me of doing something. I said, okay, prove it. Drop the receipts. And he was not able to do so. But he wanted to change the subject and move the goalposts and change the narrative to try not to have the egg on his face of being humiliated that I called him out for his bullshit. Then I dropped receipts to prove what I was saying, and I dropped videos and links to links to my videos that actually prove it in depth, and also screenshots as well. And all he wanted to do was move the goalpost. This is supposed to be a person on the right. Kind of person that puts MAGA in their name and their screen name, and they think that all of a sudden that absolves them of any wrongdoing. This is a hashtag Team Chrysler. This guy hangs out with all the anti-Semites and all the Nazis and the racists. And, you know, all they want to do is always be in the correct position. They don't ever actually think about it. So he compromised his own positions, and he admitted to everything that he did, and then he started attacking my family again. It was so sad and pathetic. You know, wants to drag my daughter into the argument, which is always like, she's not a combatant here. Why are you going after family? Oh, because you're a simp cuck who can't argue. You know that I'm right. You know that you're wrong, but you don't want anybody to know that you know that you're wrong. People damage themselves when they do that. They damage their credibility. When they make a claim, you ask them to back it up. They can't, and they change the subject. They move the goalpost, or they change the narrative, and they try to distract with whataboutism, and they don't actually prove what they say. This is typical leftoid behavior, but it's also on the right. The woke right is a real thing. Aaron mentioned the woke right. This is a problem with the woke right. We're seeing a lot of Jew hate from the woke right. It's the Jew, Holocaust alive. Donald Trump is a Jew. You're hearing all this shit come out of it. You're seeing anti-Jew hate in the chats all the time. It's our job to push back on these fuckers. It's our job to say, no, we need to weed the garden some. I'm okay with letting certain people go. You go do your 1488 Hitler Jew bullshit over there, but you're not part of the right. You're part of the woke left. You're an identitarian, and you go fuck yourself. I've been pushing back on these people for years, and I'm doing it correctly, for a good reason. And I'm being morally consistent. So when people say, hey, JD Vance, hey, you should just go ahead and give carte blanche to Elon. Like, look, yeah, I think carte blanche to Elon would have been great, but then you guys aren't willing to do anything to codify everything that he did. What's the purpose of allowing him to look in and find the graphs of corruption if you at the same time are not willing to actually enforce punishments for the things that he found? So yeah, I'm going to call JD out over this as well. Moral consistency. That's the thing we need to do. Moral consistency is where we need to be. So here is Alex Jones also being morally consistent. Think what you want about Alex Jones. He's, you know, the shape-shifting aliens under the ground. He's done the whole shit for a long time, but he's about 85% correct most of the time. And, you know, I don't like his style. I don't really like him personally. And, you know, I think he can be a bit of a turd, but at the same time, he's endlessly entertaining, you know, at the end time. You know, here we got right here, Kash Patel claims that the major January 6 files are coming out that'll shock people and are they going to be released? Oh, really? Well, here's just one of the many videos of January 6 documenting that leftists and Antifa were posing at MAGA, and they were already inside the Capitol, as it all stated, helping their comrades to break in. They were already inside the Capitol. We already saw the videos of Antifa and Black Bloc taking off their black box stuff and putting on Trump stuff in the bushes and trees outside. Now we got video of these fuckers inside before all the rioting started. Astro, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. I appreciate. Here it is.
What's the floor plan?
They got floor plans of the building to help people get in. Antifa was already inside the Capitol with floor plans, dressed as Trump supporters. Honestly, hope you are starting to get this now.
Back door. There's a door to the right. That's a cop. Going down the stairs, back, looping around, door to Antifa. That Antifa gonna get over. Doors already open. We just need a plan. We need enough people. We need to push forward. Okay. Door right here. Not going that door. Downstairs.
Thank you, Astro. Thank you, Astro. We're going to put that on the Trump Enjoyer meter. You can see that red meter across the bottom where the chat is. And I'm actually going to go and add $5 more to it. So now We're at 765 of an 8.0 goal. Boom. Thank you very much, Astro, filling up that Trump enjoyer meter. Miniball got a nice catch, caught that gifted sub. So, like I said, please be paying attention and be open to new information coming forward. Be open. Ask for receipts. I'm asking Cash Patel for receipts. I'm asking Bongino for receipts. Just like I asked the asshole that came at me on Twitter last night and the day before, I asked him for receipts. He failed to do that and did whataboutism and tried to change the subject and move the goalposts because he's a fucking lefty in disguise. These are lefties in disguise that were in the Capitol before the thing happened. Before the riot happened, these guys were inside to help stage it. It just so happens that Nancy Pelosi's fucking daughter is on scene with her documentary crew with cameras and everything. It just so happened to be there were professional photographers in the rotunda on the upper level where no one could get to, ready to take pictures. Why? What were they expecting? Shouldn't have been outside taking photographs? Why were they inside already with their badges and their vests and their cameras? Why? Because it all was a setup. My main point for today's video is for you guys, for this show today, for you guys to understand that just because you have good, warm, fuzzy feelings about somebody because you've only seen one side of it, you really want to start looking at both sides of things. You want to start waiting. You start ask the people that you trust and love and have a lot of devotion to and are big fans of, ask them for their receipts. And if they can't give them to you, then maybe your loyalty is a little bit misplaced. Whenever someone says anything bad about someone that you like or whatever, ask that person, could you please give me receipts on why you said that? Oh, you just have a feeling about it? No. Show me the receipts or shut your mouth. We need to start demanding better behavior from our own side, especially when it comes to this shit. Join my Discord. Do you want to ask me questions? Do you want to see receipts on shit that I know? By all means, ask me anything and you will get eyefuls. Trust me. You better be ready for a dump truck of fucking receipts to come pouring down on just one subject. Kang's got them. I'm very organized that way. I've had to. I've been involved in this fight for 20 years. I've been signaling everything for 20 years, on and off again for 20 years. I was on the Obama years on YouTube with everyone else, duking it out with everyone else on very controversial subjects. We talked about race and the Jews and all kinds of shit. And I wanted to get to the bottom of most of the sycophancy that we were seeing. I was willing to talk to far lefts and far leftists and far righties. I was willing to speak to all of them so that I could find out what the fuck their worldview was, so I could understand the world better and their worldview better. But when I see people that are supposed to be on our side screaming about the Jews and all the damn chats and going on about Israel and going on about this crap, they sound just like the BLM people that say it's all white people's fault. All the same people that were like, no USA, no border, no wall, no USA at all, to the river, from the river to the sea, Palestine. It's all the same shit from the same people. And when you're a woke righty and you jump in on that anti-Jew, anti-Israel, anti-crap, next thing you know, those same people are also posting anti-Trump memes and all kinds of stuff. You see, you don't know how deep the rabbit hole really, truly goes. Really, truly goes. You don't have any idea. Some of these people try to keep their hate on the down low, then they get into the mainstream chats, and then they start vomiting that hate and trying to get more people to side with them, and they take advantage of when Bongino comes out and says, oh, he killed himself, contradicting what he's been saying for 2 years, what we all have seen before and all know that it's unlikely that, that this is we're being told the truth now. I like moral consistency. That's all that I ask of you. Remain morally consistently, remain skeptical, and do the investigation. Remember, they told you were evil, white, and supreme for looking into the COVID narrative and doing your own research, that you were, why would you stop doing that? Why would you stop doing your research? Even when it comes to things like Dan Bongino, why do you think, well, he's one of ours, therefore we can trust and believe? No. Press even harder. Do the same. Push back on me. Ask me for receipts. Don't just believe me either. So sometimes even people on the left can actually come out and say the quiet part out loud and say the truth. This is here. James Woods says, if pure bullshit had a face, check out the dude on the left. And yeah, that's a double entendre. Tapper actually thinks he can close the barn door on his decade of leftist propaganda when the horse is already out. So here he is. This Jake Tacker says, and he calls out Letitia James. This is correctly calling her out for running her campaign, like Alvin Bragg, running their campaigns to go after Donald Trump. This is actually illegal. You legally cannot do this. You cannot run on a platform of going after you can't say, please make me sheriff and I'll go after a guy I don't hate. Please make me mayor and I'll go after the guy I don't hate. Please make me attorney general and I'll go after the guy I don't hate, the guy that I hate. You can't say, if you make me so-and-so or such and such and give me such and such power, I will use that to abuse people that I don't like. And by the way, you shouldn't like them too. Oh, you don't? Great. Then we'll do mob rule and take away this person's rights and prosecute them illegally. That's what we'll do. Jake Tapper's finally coming out and saying the quiet part out loud that no shit. She shouldn't have done this. She should be in prison for this. She should have never been actually elected.
I look at the way I covered, the president, some of the trials of the president, I thought were, I think it is problematic when people run for prosecutor and promise to go after a specific politician. And both Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York, and Alvin Bragg, the District Attorney of New York, both of them did that. And that, to me, is problematic because...
Not as a problematic, it's also illegal. Thank you for finally getting with the program and understand what law and order is. Being consistent and being fair. We don't want a two-tier justice system. Thank you for finally recognizing that what she did was wrong. Thank you for finally recognizing what Alvin Bragg has done. We're not going to pull you in. We're not going to pull you into the right and say, we trust you now, Tapper. You worked as an operative for the other side for too long. But here he is saying what I've been saying for the past couple of years. These people should have never been allowed to ever be elected. They should have never been allowed to run a campaign on, I'm going to go get Trump. Every single person that ran, I'm going to go in there and impeach the motherfucker. Remember that? Remember that? Rashida Tlaib, remember that shit? Instant disqualification. Instant removal from the ballots. Instant, sorry, you can't do that. Instant, no, sorry, you're done. We're not going to allow that to happen. But what we do? No consequences because people are so willing to allow evil to propagate. I fucking push back on it. I don't give two fucks if you don't like the fact that I spend some time pushing back on evil. It's what you should be helping me. It's weird. It's like you got a bunch of people all say they're going to show up to fight. And I'm fucking William Wallace and I'm on that fucking horse. And all of you are standing behind me. And I say, let's go. And I'm the only one charging across the fucking field to fight. Do you know how that feels? Huh? Don't be one of those dudes going, let's go home. We'll live another day. Yeah, and dying many years from now, alone in your bed, you would give up all those days from then to now to come back here for one chance to fight for your freedom, just like William Wallace said. Them's the facts. Them's the facts. Russ is in the house. What is going on, brother? This is working, but here to smash the likey. Leave a comment, hit the reposty. Everyone take a few moments and repost this video. There's a repost button now on Rumble. And then you can type a little message, hey, everybody, check this out. And it'll share it to all your friends on your follow list. So everyone that follows you will then see it. And then also I want you to do that grab the link, hit the share, grab the link, drop it on your social media. Tell people to go and watch the replay. The replay is just as valuable as watching the real show while it's live. You just don't get the benefit of the chat. There are cross benefits of the chat. The chat is both a pro and a con. It's a pro and a con. It's a pro and a con. You know, we got to be able to push back on shit. So let's see what else here is going on. I'm going to hit the home button. My For You is insane. For You. So if you ever if you don't know how Twitter works, you can click on For You, which shows you everything that everybody, even people you aren't posting, are posting. People you aren't following are posting. Or you can click on just following, or you can click on your groups. I like to keep it on For You to see what the left and the right are saying. I want to see everything that's being said. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, the tank division is coming out. Plus size travelers complain they can't fly on airplanes comfortably. How about this? Get up and lose some weight.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we think about if we need a second seat before we book a flight.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we ask for the seatbelt extender as soon as we board the flight.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we get dirty looks anytime we're traveling.
We're plus-size travelers. Of course we're expected to pay more.
No, you're unhealthy people that we shouldn't be subsidizing. You need to be on the treadmill and cut your carbs. We need to be giving you nothing but beef jerky and bone broth and water, lots and lots of water. He should live on a consistent diet of steak for breakfast, a consistent diet of steak for lunch, a consistent diet of steak for dinner. This guy, we need to give him lots of Wagyu beef and lots of good grass-fed beef, grass-fed butter, a pinch of salt, gallon jugs of water. That's all these people should be consuming for the next 3 months before they go on their fucking flight. They could easily drop 30 pounds a month. Easily drop 30 pounds a month if they just do that. And then they would worry about being plus size and to be a lot fucking healthier. Jesus, you don't have to be fucking Callista fucking Flockhart to fly, but holy shit, don't sit there and say it. I'm proud of what I'm doing. I'm proud of my lifestyle. I'm proud. No, you're not. Get the fuck out of here. None of you would ever be seen naked. You're ashamed, and you should be ashamed. Make shame great again. Every morning, my ass is up, going from drink my protein shake, go for my morning exercise, and then come back. Take care of yourselves, people. It's your body. God gave it to you here. So it's here. It says Heather Ranger says Bongino Patel are in cover-up mode. Everyone knows it. Whatever video they release won't explain all the security cameras magically failed and why all the security guards were not conscious, etc., etc. And now AI video is indistinguishable from reality. Yeah, no shit. It's weird how they wait until AI video is almost indistinguishable completely to come out and say that they're gonna drop a video. So this person here, Heather Ranger, says that they got swamped. You know who else says they got swamped? Alex Jones. You know who else says they got swamped? Yeah. James O'Keefe even said the same thing. Kevin Sorbo saying the same thing. So I wonder how many people are going to come along and call them, pathetic little fucks too. Yeah. Those people have got much bigger brains and much bigger budgets and much bigger followings than I do, and they are not afraid to lose followers. When you're a little guy like me with not too many followers, I don't lose too much because I don't have too much to have to begin with. I'm okay with that. Even though I was recently accused of buying followers and views, you would think I would have 10,000 views on every single video and I would have a zillion followers by now. Simultaneously going, Ree, you got no one watching or following it, but you also pay for your followers and views. It's weird. Oh, weird. Squirrel! That's so weird. This is woman trolling. She says she has 90 days and no longer receive food stamps or Section 8. I'm okay with that. You look like a healthy person to me. Go out and work.
So now, if you are on food stamps, you can only be on it for a certain amount of time.
Okay, great.
Well, I've been on food stamps and all my other welfare benefits for 13 years. So now they are telling me I have 90 days and I'm going to be...
So you made a lifestyle. Are you disabled? Did you blow your back out helping people out as an EMT? Huh? Are you legitimately disabled, like a person that would fall into that category? Did you hurt yourself running into a building and saving somebody and had a bunch of fiery fucking rubble collapse on top of you as a firefighter? No. Were you a police officer and got shot in the face while you were doing a traffic stop for someone that's screaming, "In Jesus' name!" and shooting him in the face and then stealing his cop car? Like the one activist we saw recently that attacked the cop, stole his taser, beat him up, took his car, and then they had to shoot him. Remember that guy? Cops get hurt. Firefighters get hurt. EMS and EMTs and first responders get hurt. I know what it's like. I've worked for a first responder for years. I know what it's like. I've done that job. It's dangerous. It's hard. Does she look like she's like she's disabled to you? We ought to ask her those questions. Look, for 13 years you couldn't get your life straight. You were given 13 years to get your life straight, and you can't. Why do I feel sorry for you for being a loafer, for being a leech for 13 years, and now they're giving you 90 days to get your shit straight? Get those applications out there. Crank out that fucking resume. I don't give a fuck if you got to walk around in the fucking topless bar and serve waffles, chicken and waffles, delicious chicken tendies and waffles, while showing some titty and leg. You get a job.
Kicked off of everything. Where the hell am I supposed to go? I'm not getting a job.
She says she's got 6 kids. Like, I got 5 kids to feed and 3 ex-wives to pay. I live under the Westmoreland Bridge on the Duncan side. I still get my money. I have that picture I put up. Yeah, all the money I had up there. Yeah, because I go on to earn it, baby. Selling the chicken tendies, the best fucking French fries. I got the soft serve. Don't eat the cones. They're made of human skin. I go out and work. Ankle monitor and everything. I'm a 34-time convicted felon. For felony, I got charged with felony down duty here on Rumble. 34 felony counts of giving someone a down vote on Rumble. Apparently that's a felony. I didn't know it. When the federal marshal showed up at my house to arrest me and said, "Are you Kang of the Red Pill Fight Club?" I said, "Yeah." Did you down dude so-and-so in such and such video? Yes, I did. You're under arrest. And that's what happened. They put the fucking bracelets on me and led me out. Ankle monitor got slapped on because I knew I was bigger. The ankle monitor I wear is one of those old CRT computer monitors with the big back on them, you know? The ones from the 1990s. 24-inch CRT ankle monitor. Like, I don't tell any lies. I just tell fictions. It's all jokes, folks. It's all jokes. Oh, God. So look, if I could still work at McDonald's selling the best soft serve, wearing the best crown, selling the best chicken tendies, the best fucking French fries, while wearing a 24-inch ankle monitor on my fucking ankle, she can go out and get a job at the topless runway because she ain't got much of a face to look like. Maybe she's got nice titties. Who knows? I'm just saying. God, I've gone off the rails. But she's got 90 days to get her life together. That's plenty of time. Plenty of time. So I got to leave off with something nice to say. Thank you, Aaron Prager, for getting out here and boosting the show. And thank you so much for doing what you do. My buddy Aaron. We are the two Aarons. Those of you know that my Christian name is, in fact, Aaron. So make sure you guys are following Aaron Prager, AP Unfiltered, over here on the Rumble. If you are not, you're not doing Rumble, right? Just a fun fact, the banner on his channel, Kang designed that, by the way. Hope you guys like that, by the way. I designed that banner. So make sure you guys are hitting AP Unfiltered with a like and a follow. If you haven't already, if you've been living under a rock, go there. And yeah, check out the banner he's got there. I threw that together for him. It's, you know, probably could do better, but it's something I did. I thought would look really, really nice for his profile because I like helping people out, and Aaron is good people. I want to say God bless all of you. Thank you all for being here. We had a great turnout today. Thank you all for being here. MAGA Mayhem is coming back at you again on Monday. I'll be gone all weekend long. Good to see you, Russ. Good to see you, Caps. Good to see you, Asher. Good to see you, Newt. Good to see you, Mini Ball. Good to see everybody that came over and enjoyed, even all of our lurkers. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, the repost, the share, so the replay will be up. Good day. God bless. I'll be back Monday for the Monday Madness right after AP Unfiltered. God bless everybody.
Whispers of power in the fiery air, crowns and chaos, we don't even care. MAGA mayhem rolling through the streets, boot prints pounding in a broken beat. Kang's pistons turning time like a wheel, truth unmasking what they try to conceal. Reaper hordes dance under blood red skies, shouting out loud, no more alibis. Let the curtain break the chain, no more lies pouring down like rain, making truth the roaring refrain. Building great can't fake the flame. Yeah. Flags snapping hard in the howling dread, voices rise where justice fled. Steel boots march, making history twist. Grip on the future with a man.